All right, I got 6 o'clock. Are we ready? All right, good evening. It is 6 o'clock. I'm going to call this meeting of the Board of Aldermen to order. Please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance with me, please. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Roll call, please.
Alderman Cheney.
Present.
Alderman Davidson.
Present.
Alderman Mills.
Present.
Alderman Fouch.
Present.
Alderman Dorhoff.
Present.
Alderman Franklin, Turner, and Milner are excused. Mayor Zaring.
All right, present. We do have a quorum. And we've got some ceremonial matters. Sorry, sir. Can you hear me? Okay. It's good to see the FFA back here. I think I've seen you guys here every year, so it's good to have you guys back. And you guys can come on up, gather around here. I'm actually, this is National FFA Week proclamation. And then who wants to tell me a little bit about the FFA? Who's the spokesperson? This brave person out here all by herself, man. There you go. Share with us a little bit.
All right, so we are the Cass Career Center FFA, and it's FFA week right now, so we're here to help declare that. So we all have an SAE based in agriculture, so we just pursue that. So yeah.
And what do you do this week? What makes this FFA week?
Yeah, so nationally it's FFA. Everybody's celebrating it right now. But we do activities as a chapter and just kind of celebrate being an ag.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. And you guys can come on around. Don't be shy. Or are you going to be able to get a picture of them over there, or do they need to come over here?
We'll do a big group photo.
Okay. So you guys go ahead. While I read this, you guys can go ahead and gather on around over here. National FFA Week proclamation. Whereas FFA and agriculture education provide a strong foundation for the youth of America and future of food, fiber, and natural resources systems, and whereas FFA promotes premier leadership, personal growth, and career success among its members, and whereas agriculture, education, and FFA ensure a steady supply of young professionals to meet the growing needs in the science, business, and technology of agriculture, and whereas the FFA motto, learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to serve, gives direction and purpose to these students who take an active role in succeeding in agriculture education. And whereas FFA promotes citizenship, volunteerism, patriotism, and cooperation. Therefore, I do hereby designate the week of February 17th through the 24th of 2024 as National FFA Week. So we appreciate all of you. Not sure. Let me get rid of my paper here. A lot of things in there that is about being a good citizen, right? And giving back to your community and the things that you guys do. And we appreciate all that you do to carry that on. And it's always a pleasure every year to see you guys come out here and do the proclamation and when we can recognize that. So if, sir, if you wanted to come on up too, and yeah, we got to get all the good pictures. And you know what? You're standing right in the middle. I'll let you hold that. How about that? Oh, smart guy. Anywhere to stand. Oh, happens to the best of us. There we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We'll take a couple of them. There we go. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you guys very much for coming out. Enjoy the week, right? Thank you very much. Thank you again. We appreciate your support. Like I said, it is always good to see you guys out here. So we really appreciate you guys. I'm looking at your names. I won't remember your names, but hey, you guys take care. Okay, next up, we're going to have the chief come out. I think we got a police department badge pinning, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now I'm going to let you tell us about this.
Okay.
This is all you certainly can. Yeah.
Good evening, board members. I appreciate you giving us the time to introduce our newest corporal, Dylan Bell. So Dylan is, or Corporal Bell, is pretty special to the Harrisonville Police Department, as in he participated in the Cass Career Center Criminal Justice Program, and he also participated in our Explorers Program at the Harrisonville Police Department. He's been an officer with the Harrisonville Police Department for 4 years and is one of our 2 recently promoted corporals. And this evening, his wife, Dara, will be pinning his corporal badge onto him.
Hey, all of y'all, come on out here and get a picture. There you go. Man, there's more out there I didn't know about. Hey, can't thank you enough, too. Man, 4 years, right? All that, you started in high school through the program, and you've already been an officer for 4 years. That's pretty crazy. Good experience. I didn't know we had everybody here.
First question. All right. We're going to take a couple. 1, 2, 3, and again. There we go.
Right, we didn't have any public participation this evening? Nothing? All right. And now we'll do the, next up, we'll do the approval of the minutes. First is the Board of Aldermen regular meeting, February 5th, 2024. And those minutes were in your packet.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
All right, got a motion from Alderman Davidson with a second from Alderman Fouch. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Those minutes stand approved. Next, we have the closed session minutes from February 5th, 2024. And those were in your, you actually received the envelope with those.
Make a motion to approve? Second.
Got a motion from Alderman Dorhoff with a second from Alderman Cheney. Roll call, please.
Alderman Cheney,
Aye.
Alderman Davidson,
Aye.
Alderman Mills,
Aye.
Alderman Dorhoff,
Aye.
Alderman Fouch.
Aye.
All right, those minutes are approved, stand approved, closed session. First up on the agenda items is Council Bill 06.
A resolution of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Harrisonville to show the support of the Board of Aldermen for an application of grant funds from the Missouri Department of Transportation, Division of Highway Safety STEP, Special Traffic Enforcement Program, authorizing the city administrator to execute said applications for grant funds.
This is just following through on the grant funds for the STEP project. They need support from you all to show that you all are going to support this grant.
Any questions?
Chief's going to say something.
Okay. Chief? You have to turn that on. I think I turned it off. Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Anything else you want to add to it?
No, just if everybody knows that the STEP is a special traffic enforcement program that is put on by the Missouri Department of Transportation, and we have requested, the Harrisonville Police Department has requested a total of $15,000. We've requested $7,500 for for hazardous moving violations such as speeding, and $7,500 for DWI enforcement. So that money would be used to pay officers. The Missouri Department of Transportation would reimburse the police department the officers' time that they're out issuing those kind of citations.
right. Any questions for the chief?
It's a good program. I mean, obviously I support it, so from the law enforcement side.
Awesome. No other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Make that motion.
Motion from Alderman Davidson with a second from Alderman Dorhoff. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. That Council Bill 06 is now Resolution 2024-03. Next up is the second reading of Council Bill 05.
And before I read it, I just want to remind you all that since we've only got 5 aldermen here tonight, and since this is an ordinance for the second reading, you would all have to vote yes for it to pass, just so everyone knows. Council Bill 05, an ordinance of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Harrisonville approving a preliminary development plan for I-fill expansion on property located at 1801 West Vine Street in the City of Harrisonville, Cass County, Missouri.
Okay. Go ahead, Christina.
Just real quick update. There have not been any calls or emails, any questions on this, so we haven't had any comments from anybody public since the previous public hearing.
Okay. I think this is one we're all familiar with, really familiar with, so.
Second reading.
What's that?
This is second reading.
This is the second reading, yes. Yep. So if there's no further questions.
I'll make a motion to approve, I guess.
All right.
Second.
Got a motion from Alderman Cheney with a second from Alderman Mills. Roll call, please.
Alderman Cheney,
Aye.
Alderman Davidson,
Aye.
Alderman Mills,
Aye.
Alderman Fouch,
Aye.
Alderman Dorhoff.
Aye.
All right. Council Bill 05 is now Ordinance 3684. Next up, we got a public hearing on various code changes. And I will go ahead and open that hearing.
Okay, so then this is a lot of cleanup for a lot of different areas within the code. They break down into 5 main categories. First one, kind of correcting building to lot coverage to eliminate inconsistencies and confusions between the district-specific sections of the code and the dimensional standard table. I corrected a few of these in one of the previous amendments, but for some reason I've missed all these others, so oversight on my part in getting that corrected. Adding some definitions for impervious surface and lot coverage, and then amending the building coverage definition, and that comes with discussion with Public Works and with the building official. Updating Director of Code Enforcement and Codes Enforcement Director and references to code enforcement to either building official or Director of Community Development as appropriate. So there was a lot of discussion between myself and the building official on those to make sure we're all on the same page. Some clarifications regarding required signature blocks for final plats. I had originally had some stuff in here for minor plats and then realized that was on one of the previous amendments that I had corrected the one for minor but missed the final. So, and then the last of the 5 would be correcting references from building official to Public Works superintendent regarding right-of-way permits, and removing the superintendent from sewer installation policies and procedures that would be typically under the purview of the building official as part of a building permit. And those were reviewed by myself, the building official, and Public Works as well. So Planning and Zoning voted 6-0 for recommending approval to the Board of Aldermen at our Planning and Zoning meeting last Thursday. And staff is recommending approval of the proposed changes. Any questions?
Is that going to do it for a while?
She's been busy since she's been here. Anybody from the public that would like to have anything to say on this? Okay, with that, I'm going to close the hearing. And then, the board, any of your review, any questions?
I'm not sure, but I had one question about where it talked about in the right-of-way, homeowner wants to replace the sidewalk or something like that. This was given, is this in this one or is it another one?
That is probably part of the last section where it's changing either building official or Public Works superintendent.
Let's see.
But again, with those pieces, all we're doing is
might be
correcting
in
who the
there.
appropriate person is, whether it's the superintendent or the building official.
It might be in the next ordinance.
You have it in the packet there. Is that where you're referencing that at?
It was in the right of way. It was discussing, and my apologies for not writing down the page in the notes. Right of way permits applicable. Anyways, it was talking about how a homeowner could reconstruct a sidewalk or something in the right of way.
Okay, well, and the ordinance which is associated with that, just with these changes, like I said, again, it's either correcting to say building official or say public works superintendent as appropriate. So I'd need to know the specific section. I'm trying to skim through real quick to see if I can find that.
Yes, my apologies.
When I searched, look at the bottom of page 6, item 4, and then it continues on to page 7. It's penalty, any person reconstruct yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Section 32, 31.
Should be section 30, I believe, right, Jeremy?
30.
I don't know, I searched.
Within the ordinance, that's section 30, yes. And then I'm looking in my markup to see the changes real quick.
Yep, section 30, section 515. Dot 100.
So
Yep.
pages 6 and 8 of the markup of that part. And again, it's just changing within number 4 where it said building official to say public works superintendent. And then within number 5, same thing, taking building official out and saying public works superintendent. Again, we're correcting to make sure that we're referencing the right
Okay.
person for review. There are no other changes to that section.
Okay.
Did you get that? Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. Then we're going to do the first reading on Council Bill 07.
An ordinance of the Board of Aldermen of the City of Harrisonville, Missouri, amending Articles 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 20 under Chapter 405 Zoning Regulations, Chapter 435 Sign Regulations, Article 4 under Chapter 410 Subdivision Regulations, Chapter 515 Streets, Sidewalks, and Other Public Places, Chapter 530 Rights-of-Way Management, and Chapter 700 Utilities of the Harrisonville Municipal Code, and establishing an effective date.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. All right. And we'll have the second reading on, it is March, when is our, not March 4th will be the second reading for this one here. So,
March 4th.
yep. All right. Next up, Alderman and committee reports. We'll start with Alderman Cheney.
Not much. I got to attend my first Princess Ball this past Saturday. It was a delight, and
Sold out crowd too,
yeah,
wasn't it?
was. Quite a
Yep.
few people. Kind of dissipated earlier than I thought it would, but it was a great time, and I want to thank the community center and the parks for doing that and giving fathers and daughters a chance to go on a little date.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yep, I used to go to those all the time. I think they called it something different though back in my younger days there. Alderman Davidson.
Nothing a whole lot other than I did notice in a newsletter from another work. Springfield adopted a ban for VLTs. Would be video lottery. It's something that, as far as I'm concerned, I think it's already been addressed by the state. They're still messing with it in the state legislatures. We know nothing's getting done in the state legislature. Anyway, Springfield adopted it, and it's something that I would like to maybe discuss, consider. Maybe the city of Harrisonville, maybe with some larger cities adopting it and some smaller cities, maybe the cities will start adopting it, because I have a problem with gambling, illegal gambling, and that's exactly what we've got in a lot of these areas. And so something that I would like to maybe proceed with in the near future as far as maybe working up or considering an ordinance and seeing what everybody thinks about it.
Gotcha. And you're saying they adopted an ordinance that,
And they had a lot of problems with VLTs. There's
Okay.
there's litigation in Springfield and in Greene County in regards to a lot of those. Some of them started before I even retired.
yeah,
So the thing about it is anybody can, there's an age limit as far as people going to the boats and gambling. Legalize gambling, but nobody governs this.
gotcha,
So,
okay.
Anyway, I think it would be something that I would like, because I know that there has been some of that here in the city.
Yep.
It'd be nice to adopt something from the city side. So.
Okay, yeah, I think we can get that on a work session.
Yeah, one of the things we have to look at, and that's what I was just talking to Alex, is home rule cities can do a lot more than a fourth-class city. So we'll have to just check and see if fourth-class cities can even do that.
Yeah, and this just came out, so I mean, I hadn't even had a chance to speak with you all about it. I mean, I just printed it out today, so.
Okay, yeah, no, that's awesome, thank you. Alderman Mills?
A lot of fixed potholes around town. I'm seeing lots of black patch, so I appreciate that. On Channel 41 with all the chief's business, a nice little segment by our former mayor, Howard McHenry. If you hit that, it was interesting in his relationship to the chiefs and that history, going back there with him. Said he's 93 and he came across real well. They were pouring more parking lot at Whataburger today, so it's moving on. The tunnel car wash is looking good. The equipment's gone and the dirt is covering the hole at the old plant there, electric plant, so that looks good. And then the building across from Bill Shelton's place, only on the south side of the railroad tracks, that owner called me for a reference. He's going to put that up for sale. So that little commercial building, last I knew it had a window pane outfit in it, but that's going to be going up for sale.
I don't think anybody's in there now, are
There's
they?
nobody in
Yeah.
there, and he's just going to sell it and instead of trying to rent it or lease it. So he was picking my brain, so whatever. But in case you get inquiries for an empty building in town, there's an empty commercial building.
With rail, right?
Yeah, probably. Pretty close.
Right there, man.
Pretty close. So that's all. And it's not too soon to harping at the highway department to paint the stripes there in the spring. I always like fresh paint in the spring and looking good. And plus, there's a little safety problem going out. A few I've witnessed out there at the big junction on 291, that corner, because those intermittent stripes designating the two lanes on those turns, those dual turns.
Yep.
People don't figure that out. There's a few issues now and then, and that paint's about gone. All right, that's it.
All right. Thank you, sir. Alderman Fouch.
I just wanted to congratulate our new acting police chief and thank her for filling in that role. We really appreciate it.
Yep.
And just a little plug for the a program that the Rotary Club has, putting out flags at businesses on holidays. We're getting ready to launch that campaign again this year. We've got about 100 businesses that subscribe, and we put out flags 5 times a year, put them up, take them down, take care of the brackets and all that stuff. So we're looking for new subscribers, and if you know anybody that has a business in town that would like us to display the American flag on the holidays, let us know.
It's awesome. Alderman Dorhoff.
I'll ditto that on the promotion of the officers. Congratulations. That's all I've got.
Awesome, thank you. Not Alderman, City Administrator report.
The Oakville Sanitary Sewer Project's beginning to work on that. Orchard Road Culvert Project. They do have one lane open for local traffic. One of the things to point out too is once it's completed, that bridge will be wider, and so the one lane will go away where it'll be open up for dual lanes, so that it actually be wider than the street is. The fire station remodel, they actually started painting in there on the living quarters. Some of you don't know the living quarters is what they're doing now, the temporary living quarters. is what the firemen are staying in. And so once they complete the living quarters, they'll move over back into that area, and then they'll have to open up that area to finish out the remodel on that side. But it's moving along fairly well. The notice to award to K2 Services for Hangar B improvements out at the airport. HVA prevention maintenance contract, we took all the HVA systems of the city, did a bid, and so we'll have one company that will be doing servicing all facilities for the city. South Commercial Project, South Street, the area engineer, or the preliminary construction estimate was over what we had for a budget, so they're having to go back to the drawing plans, but we did, Evergy said that they have reviewed the plans and they're going to move the poles as soon as possible. Route 2, the Owen engineers received the preliminary plans from MoDOT, so that one's moving along, and we're going to be in the process of right-of-way and easement acquisition. I'm thinking about inviting some legislators up to go through that process with us so they can learn about easements and right-of-ways. And the painstaking of it, since they just think it's just mowing the grass on the side of the road. Donaldson Heating and Cooling, they are, the ductwork out there at the community center is close to being completed. And did it get done today? Did get done today. And Four Seasons Electric with the new LEDs, I was out there today. It's a lot brighter in that area, and then our staff are doing additional work out there to clean it up, and some painting and some things that they're doing in the process. And then the park staff's working to install a sidewalk to connect to existing pathway of the new playground. If you haven't been by there to look at that, it's really shaping up with the new playground set out there at City Park. And staff's reviewing a pretty large alteration out at Church and Dwight. That's moving along with it. And we also have received some additional information from plans and possibly ideas that at the old Bazaar facility as well. So hopefully we'll be seeing some movement on that here in the near future. So with that, that's all I have for tonight.
All right, thank you, sir. The municipal court reports in your packets. Questions from the media? Nothing. Good to see you, sir. All right. With that, I'll just say again, welcome, Chief. Thank you for stepping in, filling in there. We appreciate all that you guys do and all that police department does. It's always great to see the badge pinnings and guys that have been here for 4, 5, 10 years. It's always amazing that it goes that fast, so we appreciate that. With that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
Second.
Motion from Alderman Davidson with a second from Alderman Fouch. All in favor?
Aye.